Welcome everybody, I am Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com, and as you see, I am at Rolex Baselworld 2019 and I do have the immense pleasure to present you the novelties of Rolex of the year 2019. I was here already on Wednesday, the press day, and I had my little meeting already at 2:15, but unfortunately it was a little bit busy and there was not enough time that we could film the novelties, so I'm taking the opportunity now. We have the entire press room for us. Thank you very much to Rolex for having me. And I just want to present you, let's say, a choice. I can't present all the watches, but I would say I take those who are mostly discussed online, where the interest is, and we jump right into business, and this is the new Yachtmaster. You have seen pictures so far, I think, and many of my colleagues have published comments and stuff. The new Yachtmaster has now a diameter of 42 millimeters. It's a completely new watch. It has a new movement. It has a bezel with a black ceramic inlay. The bezel turns in both directions as it should be because it's not a diving watch. It has that absolutely famous rubber strap from Rolex with cushions. There are cushions included underneath that will stabilize and will give a better fit of the watch on your wrist, and these cushions will also prevent you to sweat very much under a rubber strap. I don't know if you have ever thought and ever had a watch on your wrist when it's pretty warm, then you start sweating, and this is also something that will prevent that. And very nice also to extend or to reduce the length of the bracelet. That's the famous glide lock system that comes from the diving watches of Rolex, is now included in the watch. So if you want, you see, like you can just push. I'll show it like this. You push and then you can either extend the length or make it a little bit smaller, depending on how you want to wear the watch. More easy, more tight on your wrist. Very nicely made, white gold. The new caliber has an accuracy, and now guys, accuracy of -2 + 2 seconds. That's almost like a quartz watch. Couldn't be better, I think. 70 hours of power reserve, so the very best of what Rolex is able to do these days. And in terms of look, in terms of what you get, it's a very, very, very cool watch. And compared to the versions they had so far in Everose, those who prefer it more in a decent color, I would say the white gold is the alternative. And it is, let's say, I would say the Mr. Cool of summer 2017, 18, no, 17, what am I saying? We are in 19, Jesus Christ. It's Mr. Cool of 2019, 20, 21, and so on. I think this is a very, very cool watch, and it will be the next one. Unfortunately, I expect to be on where you will have some waiting lists, because I can imagine that there is a big demand for the new Yachtmaster. Very cool. So we stay in the water. This is the new Sea Dweller in an execution that is pretty, let's say, particular. Yellow gold, it's not Everose, it's yellow gold and steel. Wearing the watch on the wrist is, I would say, a statement, because the Sea Dweller itself is already a quite big watch. And when you add the yellow gold and you imagine to have the watch on your wrist, yes, it's a statement. Of course, it's a completely functional diving watch. You have the helium escape valve. You have the unidirectional turning bezel. And look, let me show you. Let me try to turn it like music. Compared to many other bezels that sound really cheap. Sorry, guys, I had to say that, but it's true. If you hear this, it's incredible. Whatever Rolex does, touches, makes, it's perfect. And if you once had such a watch in your hand and you turn a bezel and you see the difference in how precise, minute by minute, it is really perfectly, the point of the arrow is really perfectly on the index. It's amazing. And it sounds like music compared to many, many other brands. It's like the effort many car makers put in when they, when you close the door, that it's not bang, but it's a sound. It's like sound design. Very well done. New movement, the same, -2 + 2 seconds. The chronology escapement, really the best of the best that Rolex is in the moment able to manufacture. You have, of course, the glide lock. Makes sense. You can adjust the length very easily by just pulling it out, and you can then resize the bracelet. Very nice watch in steel and yellow gold. I can also give you the price. It's 15,300 Swiss francs, 15,300 Swiss francs. And I forgot, and I will now do this, to give you also the price of the Yachtmaster, because I have it here. It's 26,500 Swiss francs. Yes, there we go. So now let's get out of the water and let's get into traveling. And this is a watch that everybody recognizes as the Batman. A GMT-Master 2, the same as they presented last year as the Pepsi. It has a blue and black bezel. It's the identical watch, now equipped with a Jubilee bracelet. It has the new Rolex 3285 movement, also -2 + 2 seconds chronology escapement. The best of the best you can get in terms of accuracy and precision. And it's, yes, it has a ceramic bezel with a blue and a black inlay. And the fantastic thing is, if you ever have the chance to see such a watch in real, take a loop and try to find or try to concentrate on the part when blue gets black or red gets blue with the Pepsi, and you will see that there's not a line. It's just like a smooth swap in between the two colors. So the way how the ceramic bezel is done is simply stunning. And it's amazing. And if you talk to people who are in the business of doing ceramics, they will tell you how difficult it is that you manufacture a ceramic bezel where almost one color smoothly goes into the other color without seeing any, let's say, line or borderline or something. It's just there. There's black and then it's blue. It's amazing. Very nicely executed, of course, and this is the next thing. Let me show you here. This bezel, of course, the bezel of the Sea Dweller, it's rotating in 1 minute steps, and of course here it's rotating in 1 hour steps, because you can use the bezel of the GMT-Master if you want to even set a third time zone if you're traveling, in theory. So you have, and you know that, you have a second hour hand, the blue one, and it will point actually at 10 o'clock. So let's assume we are in Basel here. The watch is synchronized. You have 10 o'clock indicated here. You have 10 o'clock indicated here. Once you travel, you unscrew the crown, you get in the position, and then the minute hand will jump in 1 hour steps. The watch, of course, will not stop. If it would stop, it will be completely useless, because why killing your precise watch that is set precisely, that ticks correctly, and you will be able to set the watch in 1 hour steps. The home time will stay where it is at 10 o'clock, and the watch will show you local time. It's a process that takes you maybe 10-15 seconds. When you land, let's say, at JFK Airport, you start here from Zurich Airport, you land at JFK, 6 hours time difference, you pull out the crown, 6 hours back, the hand will move, tack, 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 6 hours. Then it will show 4 o'clock in the morning, afternoon, and you will have the reference time still on the bezel. Very nice. And now with the Jubilee bracelet, and the watch is sold for 8,800 Swiss francs. In theory, if you get one, you will pay 8,800. And I assume also with the Batman there will be huge waiting lists, as we already have them with the Pepsi. And last but not least, flagship. Something that is really cool in terms of you have to make it. It's not a question of don't discuss anything. You have to make it, and the Daytona, they always do one, and they bring it with a very, let's say, strong gem setting. And also this year they did one. It's a 40 millimeter. It's a yellow gold case, and I have to read it from the information. There are 36 trapeze cut diamonds with about 4.85 carat on the bezel, and another 243 diamonds set all over the dial. So that's really, let's say, a jewelry piece, an absolutely cool watch on the wrist of a woman, I would say. And it's, yeah, that's art in a certain way of presenting the most iconic sport watch Rolex has, the Daytona. And I think, yeah, why not? We can't say what it is. It looks like a leopard. No, it's not. It's, yeah, it's beautiful. It's in a way beautiful and outstanding and unique. And yeah, it has the famous rubber strap with that cushions I just explained you. And yeah, a nice watch. And not quite cheap, of course, due to the immense gem setting. With 98,300 Swiss francs, you would be able to buy the watch. Very nice. So what can we say? Nicely done. I heard a lot of rumors before the Baselworld that there would be a new Explorer. There was no new Explorer, as we know. Meanwhile, presenting an Explorer these days would have been not a good idea, I think, because why should anyway? The existing Explorer is a wonderful watch. It's a watch that is perfectly as it is. And why should you launch another watch with a GMT function if you cannot even deliver the quantities that would be necessary on the market with the GMT-Master? So it would make any sense at all. And so I think what Rolex did is perfectly. There are some little details. I very much like the Yachtmaster. This is really a nice watch now in white gold. But launching an Explorer would have made no sense in my eyes. Maybe they will do it next year, you never know. Or maybe they will bring a new Milgauss. We will see. So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have any comments, questions, use the comment section here underneath. I will be more than happy to answer your questions. If you like what I'm doing, we're doing, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to like our videos, and also to check out what we're doing on Instagram and Facebook. And now I do say goodbye from Rolex 2019 in Basel.